Hello there and welcome. So I just thought I'd do a quick update on a video that I did recently. So I did a video about multi-lane filtering, and to start with I called it legal filtering or illegal undertaking. And probably that's the most controversial video I've ever produced, because a number of people have said undertaking isn't illegal, when did it become illegal, and it's perfectly acceptable. And in the content of the video I attempted to explain that it wasn't illegal per se, it wasn't a specific offence, but you're likely to be prosecuted for careless driving if you do it. And a lot of people have objected to that. Some people have cited other advice from the internet, from people who have written articles, who are very experienced and have a lot of legal experience. And so you would have noticed that I actually republished the video to try and make it more accurate, because I don't want to mislead anyone. And of course the comments that I made were based on my experiences that I used to have in a previous century when I was a police officer, and so that's what I was working on and what we teach, and looking at the highway code and updating and interpreting those rules as I would have done as a police officer. And of course that's a long time ago now, but still there's always many ways of looking at things. In that video what I've tried to do is to have a look at what the situations may be, because clearly some of the riding there, if viewed by a police officer, would be regarded as careless and maybe bordering dangerous riding. And some people have said no, that's absolutely fine, that's not a problem, and others have said no, that's risky, that's reckless, whatever. And this is the thing with driving and in fact traffic law, that it's a lot of it is very much down to individual interpretation. There's a lot of grey areas in many parts of traffic law, and many parts of traffic law of course are not grey areas at all. You know, if your bulb's out and it doesn't work on an obligatory light, it's an offence. It's very, very simplistic. If your tyre's bald, it's an offence, absolutely. If you exceed the speed limit, it's an offence, absolutely, etc, etc. But when you look at careless and dangerous driving, it's a lot more of a grey area, and that's where the rules in the highway code come in to determine whether somebody should be prosecuted for careless or dangerous driving. And that's why I listed those rules in the highway code, so people could get a flavour of it. And you know, it's always good to have a debate, and it's always good to look at different aspects and different opinions are out there. So I did check with a contact who is still serving and is involved in legal aspects of policing, and I said, what's your opinion, because there's some changes, seem to be some changes going on around here these days. And his opinion was undertaking is going to fall under section 3 of the Road Traffic Act, driving without due care and attention, driving without reasonable consideration for other road users. So I don't want this channel to become a legal channel, because that's not my area of expertise. I mean, I have to have a reasonable understanding of law, because as an instructor road law is very important to get across to our students so people don't get prosecuted. Interesting how on the video we had lots of comments about lane hogging, and you know, it's like here, should that vehicle have been in lane 1 earlier? I mean, he is gaining on the yellow one at a very slow rate of knots. He's at 70 miles an hour. Not really making the progress now, and now he's decided to change lane. So I think at some point it's probably worth me doing a video about lane discipline. But I think there's more variables to it than on the face of it. We know what the highway code says, and we know what we should do. Sometimes with the way traffic is and the density of it, perhaps it is a judgment call, and perhaps we do need a little bit more grace. That I still believe if you undertake, you are liable to be prosecuted under section 3 of the Road Traffic Act, and that is backed up by the latest advice that I've got from someone who is serving and has great experience within that area. If you wish to believe that it isn't an offence and you wish to ride like that, that is absolutely your choice to do so. I'm not going to start pointing fingers or anything like that. That's a matter for you. I'm just here to try and advise and help out new motorcyclists. And all I'm saying is, if you do ride in that fashion and you get caught, you may, not you will, but you may end up with a problem legally. More important to me is your safety. You know, I just try and train people to be safe. Nobody wants their loved one not to come home or to be severely disabled just for the sake of a mistake or a bit of bravado or ego on a motorcycle. Ultimately, it is down to you. So until next time, ride safe and take care.